All right, here we go. With Harry on his own, Dumbledore places him at the Dursleys, specifically mentioning that Harry is better off not knowing all about what makes him so famous. With a flick of his Deluminator, Dumbledore puts out the streetlights one by one, leaving the now infamous Privet Drive in darkness. McGonagall arrives, still in cat form, and joins Dumbledore, explaining how absurd the Dursleys are. Then Hagrid comes thundering in on a motorcycle, carrying a swaddled bundle. Turns out it's baby Harry. With the utmost care, Dumbledore places Harry on the doorstep, and Hagrid begins to cry. It's decided that it's best for him to grow up with his relatives, even if they are Muggles, for now. Fast forward a decade. Now, we find that Harry lives in the cupboard under the stairs and has grown up believing that his parents died in a car crash. On Dudley's birthday, the Dursleys all head off to the zoo, and Harry, of course, is dragged along. After Dudley throws a tantrum about not getting enough presents, Dudley is given Piers's share, leaving Harry with absolutely nothing. But in the end, Dudley can't even focus long enough to count, but ends up getting bored with his 36 presents. Harry, Dudley, and Piers are dropped off at the reptile house where they ogle the snakes. At one point, Dudley shoves Harry out of the way and stands in front of a Burmese python exhibit. Harry apologizes to the snake for the disruption to which the snake responds, to Harry alone. What's more, Harry waves his hand and the glass disappears, allowing the snake to slither out. Dudley, of course, falls directly into the exhibit where he's trapped, and the snake hisses at him and then slithers away. This is definitely not in line with the rules. The Dursleys are enraged at this behavior, of course, and when they return, Uncle Vernon locks Harry back up in his cupboard. Back in his cupboard, Harry is awakened by a strange tapping noise. As he reaches up to investigate, hundreds upon hundreds of letters begin pouring down the chimney. The Dursleys are absolutely appalled at this blatant break-in, and Uncle Vernon decides that if Harry can't get the letters, then no one can. Vernon nails up the letterbox and boards up the fireplace in an attempt to keep the letters out, but the letters persist. They start coming in through the windows, under the doors, and through every crack and crevice imaginable. It gets so bad that Uncle Vernon finally decides that the only way to escape the letters is to leave the house altogether. The Dursleys end up at a dingy hotel where Vernon thinks no one can find them, but it is to no avail. The letters continue to find them, and the following day on the 11th they all set sail on a small boat to a lonely rock in the middle of the sea. At long last, it's Harry's 11th birthday. Just as midnight approaches, a gigantic man comes bursting into the hut. Of course it's Hagrid. He demands that the Dursleys hand over Harry immediately. Hagrid even makes Dudley cower in fear. Dudley tries to eat the cake that Hagrid brought, and Hagrid, none too gently, gives him a curly pigtail with his magic umbrella. Hagrid explains that Harry is a wizard and that he has been accepted into Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The Dursleys, naturally, don't want Harry to go, but Hagrid is insistent and tells Harry all about his parents, much to Harry's shock, and Uncle Vernon tries to threaten Hagrid. Undeterred, Hagrid explains how Harry's parents died stopping the dark wizard Voldemort. Hagrid states that Harry is also famous in the wizarding world. Hagrid hands Harry a ticket for the Hogwarts Express. They head to London so Harry can purchase school supplies. Hagrid takes Harry to Diagon Alley behind the Leaky Cauldron pub. Harry is stunned by the magic and the various wizards they meet. Hagrid takes him to Gringotts Wizarding Bank, where Harry learns just how rich he really is, but Harry doesn't take any money. Hagrid obtains a mysterious package from one of the high-security vaults, and the two leave. After that, Harry gets his school supplies such as robes, a cauldron, books, a telescope, and more. He gets his wand last. The wand chooses Harry at Ollivander's. Then Hagrid buys Harry a snowy owl whom Harry names Hedwig. It turns out to be an extremely memorable birthday for the young wizard. Hagrid puts Harry on the train before the Dursleys know what's happened. On the train, Harry meets Ron Weasley, a pure-blood wizard who comes from a large family but is less fortunate financially. The two quickly become friends, and Harry buys a trolley full of treats for the two of them. Soon after, Hermione Granger comes along. She is a Muggle-born witch and knows more about the wizarding world than either of the two boys. As the train gets closer to Hogwarts, Draco Malfoy comes to their compartment with Crabbe and Goyle in tow. Malfoy insults Ron and tries to insult Harry, who rebuffs him. Malfoy states that he can help Harry get into a better crowd than the one he's running with. Harry kindly declines. Arriving at Hogwarts, the students are guided across the lake in boats where they get their first glimpse of the great Hogwarts castle. McGonagall lays out the rules for the new students, but Neville has lost his toad. McGonagall says that is all right as long as he finds it before the feast begins. Then the first years enter the Great Hall. Harry, Hermione, and Ron see the giant three-headed dog, Fluffy, sleeping. They then fall through a trap door and find themselves in the Devil's Snare. Hermione helps them escape as she knows the plant prefers darkness and stillness. Next, Harry must find a key to open a door. One of the keys has a broken wing. Harry, being a skilled flyer, is able to grab the correct key. Next, the trio arrives in a room with an enormous chessboard, and the only way to move on is to play. Ron sacrifices himself to give Harry a chance to win. After Ron is struck down, Harry and Hermione move on, leaving Ron behind to recover. Hermione and Harry are near the Mirror of Erised, where Quirrell is waiting. Quirrell is surprised to see Harry. Quirrell has been the one trying to steal the stone and to kill Harry. Professor Quirrell removes his turban at the behest of Lord Voldemort himself. Voldemort's face is on the back of Quirrell's head. Harry is the only one who can look into the mirror. Voldemort wants Harry to see the stone and to then obtain it. Harry is soon able to feel the Sorcerer's Stone in his pocket. Quirrell realizes Harry is lying when he says he doesn't see the stone in the mirror. Voldemort orders Quirrell to attack Harry, but when Quirrell touches the young wizard, he begins to burn. When Harry touches Quirrell, the professor turns to ash. Voldemort is soon nothing more than smoke. Harry awakens in the hospital wing with Dumbledore by his side. Dumbledore tells Harry that he was saved by his mother's love. Dumbledore had also been the one to save Harry from Quirrell. Dumbledore also says that the stone has been destroyed. Dumbledore explains that Voldemort cannot touch Harry because he is protected by his mother's love. Dumbledore warns Harry about Voldemort's return, and they discuss the Mirror of Erised. At the end of the school year, Gryffindor wins the House Cup after Dumbledore awards last-minute points to Harry, Ron, and Hermione for their bravery and cleverness, and to Neville for standing up to his friends. The Hogwarts Express takes them back to London. Hagrid ensures Harry has a photograph of his parents and Hagrid before he goes back to the Dursleys. Thanks for tuning in. Stay curious, stay awesome, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more amazing content.